I could have done worse.
Give me your fucking money!
If there's one aspect of the furry fandom that I love, it's definitely the level of self-awareness they have. This fandom has been raked over the coals for a myriad of reasons, from benign posts about their love for the fandom or engaging in roleplay with their persona to... Point being, furries have been able to not only handle a joke, but also participate in some of the clowning as well. Yeah, I don't mean to piss on anyone's parade today, but this isn't going to be that kind of video. There are other YouTubers that are well suited in that category. Without further ado, I'll be dissecting this video and also discussing the people involved. Dissect. Because they're animals.
All the single furries, all the single furries, all the single furries, all the single furries.
On August 31st, 2014, All the Single Furries was uploaded by Stinky Skusky on YouTube. The video itself was produced by Easy Wolf, who also produced a furry parody of Psy's Gangnam Style. As the name implies, it is a furry parody of Beyonce's Single Ladies. I feel like explaining all of this to you is rather redundant because you have most likely seen this video. It has over 2 million views on YouTube, and most of the comments talk about how terrible the video is. But let's put aside the cringe goggles for a moment and actually take a look. I will give credit where credit is due. It is a decent parody of the Single Ladies music video. It's not offensive, but at the same time, it's not really innovative. They got the job done, so it at least deserves a C. I think a large reason as to why the video gained traction that it did is because of the furry fandom's reputation. While furries have been accepted into the mainstream, people still have a preconceived notion surrounding furries. Why is that? Simple. It usually stems from the loud minority of the fandom being amplified by other prying eyes. You have definitely seen this with commentary channels in the past where they would often use people with dyed hair or were really invested in their fandom to warrant being mocked on the internet. What makes furries unique is that they have been the butt of jokes on the internet since the 2000s. Whether it's having weird fetishes or just simply having an interest in anthropomorphic animals, for an outsider, this is weird and therefore it needs to be ridiculed. There's actually a lot of fun sociological stuff that you could easily analyze the furry fandom with. However, that would warrant a whole other video for that. I know a lot of people like to harp about the music being really cringy, but honestly, you could do much worse.
It's something about the girl that just makes my head wanna twirl.
However, it's nothing worth writing home about. As I mentioned, this is a furry parody of Single Ladies. The biggest problem with the music video is the limited movement, which really shouldn't be a surprise. Fursuits in any costume of that caliber can restrict your movement as you're carrying additional weight on you. So a movement that would be natural to do in person suddenly looks awkward because of all that additional weight. Since it's so heavy, you have to exaggerate the movements that a normal dancer wouldn't have to worry about. I know a lot of people like to say that this shot of the music video is suggestive, but they're really trying to replicate this shot from Single Ladies. Like I said before, fursuits can be really heavy. While I was doing research for the creator of this video, I found out that he was the inventor of the Easy Cooldown, a cooling device designed not just for costume performers, but for everyday use. Honestly, that sounds like a really dope invention, and I really look forward to hearing more things about it in the future. And yes, you can indeed purchase them, but from what I can tell, it looks like they only take euros. Link in the down there part. Another nitpick is the fursuit style. There's two fursuits that are realistic in style, but then you have the center fursuit, which has a more toony style. It is very jarring to look at, especially with the other two fursuiters. However, it's most likely the only fursuit they had at the time because, let's be real here, those bitches can get real expensive. While not an exact match, the set design is spot on like the original. It's well lit, shot, and edited, especially by 2014 standards. A time where flip cameras and that special homemade feel that I genuinely miss in a lot of YouTube videos. Nowadays it just feels like everyone has to have mass-produced videos that are also high quality as well. Ugh, bitching about YouTube another day. Chances are you skipped over to this part of the video to find out about the creator of the video, Easy Wolf, and the uploader, Stinky Skusky. As I mentioned before, Easy Wolf is the producer of the video. According to WikiFur, he is a Dutch fursuiter who specializes in videography and photography. He is also a musician and also created the aforementioned Easy Cooldown. He has been involved with videography and photography since 1997. Just for reference, I was born in that year, so I am as old as this guy's resume. He has also been a guest of honor for Nordic FurCon 2015 and has been inducted in the Furry Hall of Fame. Stinky Skusky is the alias of Evil Seeb, otherwise known by his actual name of Ross Herbert Reddick. However, for the sake of this video, he will simply be referred to as Evil Seeb. He is the owner and moderator for r/yif, has been banned from several conventions, and has even been arrested for at least 3 counts of coercion. Let's back up for a bit. What really happened was that Seeb had been running several P2P servers that distributed a wide variety of furry art. While this may seem ludicrous now, he was quite literally breaking the law. You see, a lot of copyright material that is uploaded on the internet today is copyright infringement. It does not matter whether or not you intended copyright infringement. By the way, that disclaimer isn't as much of a legal defense as it is more of an admission of engaging in copyright infringement. This is because you do not have the consent of the company to upload or use the copyrighted material to begin with, let alone use. Yes, even fan art is considered to be a form of copyright infringement. The reason as to why there aren't as many legal cases surrounding it is because companies by and large know that it would take too much time, energy, and most importantly money to go after individuals. Unless said individual is making a huge enough dent to the bottom line of the company, or in this case, several individuals and one company, which is exactly what Seeb was doing. By creating these P2P websites to distribute art, many artists would see lost income. And it's not even similar to how people would pirate Adobe software. These artists not only rely on art as their main source of income, but unlike companies like Adobe who are able to tolerate those kinds of hits, most artists would be worrying about whether or not the lights would be kept on. This all came to a head on August 30th, 2004. The company Rabco Publishing, aka Rabbit Valley, now Fenris Publishing, filed a claim against Evil Seeb for $2,000 in damages for replication and distribution of copyrighted material. The damages were awarded on December 14th, and Seeb was ordered to pay a total of $2,109.70. When adjusted for inflation, this would be over $3,000. In January of the following year, Evil Seeb failed to appear for his payment hearing to Rabbit Valley Publishing. This would lead to a warrant for his arrest, however it remains unknown if he did get arrested for said warrant. What does remain true, however, is that he was put on probation for 36 months on 3 counts of coercion, 1 count of 4th degree assault, 1 count of harassment, and 1 count of unauthorized use of a vehicle. Things would quiet down with Seeb, and sometime in 2013-2014-ish is when Easy Wolf would work on single furries. It is unknown how Sebe got access to the video, but on August 31st, 2014, the internet would forever be changed with the release of single Furries.